नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहिए. I am JV Dr. Lily Trivedi, and today I am going to give a lecture on the components of or the concept of disaster relief. Now, what should be the main component? The main component when we first take is to warn people. We should warn the people of the risky areas about the impending danger and advise them to leave for safer places. In simple words, we have to make them aware that they are vulnerable to the disaster. Second, we have to organize the task force members. Then we have to mobilize the volunteers. We have to ensure that the mock drills are conducted in all the villages and send task force to the maroon and evacuated places with proper instruction. Now in disaster relief, the law and order has also to be maintained. The police staff has to be deployed at the risk point for maintaining law and order and peace during the evacuation. We should also arrange for the safety of the property of the people. There should be law and order at the time of relief distribution. There should be watch and ward at the shelter centers. There should be organized evacuation and the people should be identified to go to the safer shelter. In case of disaster, road transport and boats as applicable should be there for the evacuation. The people from the disaster struck areas should be given emergency relief services. There should be rescue kits present at the risk areas. For the evacuation, there should be search groups to go and rescue the people left out in the risk areas. There should be coordination and with the civil defense, NGOs, police for support, and a regular linkage with the block and Panchayati Raj institutions. The close contact with the police and public is also welcome to trace out the missing persons. The volunteers and the rescue staff should also be engaged in this process, and a record has to be maintained for those persons. Their family members have to be informed, and the safety of the property of the people is also be made. First aid, medical services, moving of the injured to the hospital is also a component of disaster relief. The evacuation procedure should follow soon after the dissemination of the warning, and therefore priority should be given to people who are in the vulnerable zone or area. The high-rise places, the safe shelters, the outside the village territory, as per the disaster, should be maintained. Suppose the disaster is a cyclone, so shelters are made, safe shelters, safe routes for the evacuation at the time of disaster, before the disaster, and after the disaster. Who should be evacuated first? The elderly children and women should be moved first. The arrangements should be done at every level to avoid the loss and minimize further vulnerability and the loss. The poor, the helpless, the disabled, the old, children, women, pregnant women should be rescued first. They should be told to lock up their house, carry safe drinking water, and some dry food possibly with them. The entire family should be motivated to evacuate at the time of rescue operation. The rescue team should be well developed, well equipped with the power boats, country boats, etc. in the time of a cyclone disaster. The rescue team should have survival kits like rope, ladder, rubber tubes, etc. The NGOs operating in the flood areas and the local government officials like police, fire service personnel, block and tehsildar officials, the young and energetic persons should be included in the rescue team. The rescue team should be earmarked for particular areas which are affected by disaster. Before the onset of the disaster, there should be various shelters earmarked for respective evacuation. The Army, Navy, and Air Force should be mobilized to come forward to rescue work if required. Before the rescue operation, the sites of rescue operation selection should be done, tent fixation, and the person in charge should be there with a survival kit should be present there. So these are some of the components of disaster relief which we have discussed in simple terms, and I hope you have liked my lecture. If you have any query, please give in the comment box. I will resolve it soon. This session was powered by digital version 2.0 of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Namaste.